Man City charged by Premier League with breaching dozens of financial rules. Welcome to the Manchester City News channel where you can stay up to date with the latest events in the English giant. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and let's go to the news. The Premier League have charged Manchester City with a string of breaches of financial rules after a 4-year investigation. The Premier League have charged Manchester City with dozens of breaches of financial rules. It follows a 4-year investigation into the club's financial status, and the charges in total date from the 2009-10 season to this season. City are alleged to have breached league rules requiring provision in utmost good faith of accurate financial information that gives a true and fair view of the club's financial position. The league says the accurate financial information required related to revenue, including sponsorship revenue, its related parties, and its operating costs. Some of the alleged breaches are related to rules which require clubs to cooperate and assist the Premier League with their investigations. Premier League Rule W51 covers the sanctioning powers available to commissions should alleged breaches of league rules be found proven. These range from a reprimand, through the deduction of points, up to a recommendation to the league to expel a club from the competition. The Commission has the power to make such sanctions conditional on defined actions being taken within a fixed time period, and respondents have a right of appeal. The club have always vehemently denied any breaches of financial rules and have issued a statement which says, Manchester City Football Club is surprised by the issuing of these alleged breaches of the Premier League rules, particularly given the extensive engagement and vast amount of detailed materials that the EPL has been provided with. The club welcomes the review of this matter by an independent commission to impartially consider the comprehensive body of irrefutable evidence that exists in support of its position. As such, we look forward to this matter being put to rest once and for all. The second set of breaches listed refers to the alleged breaking of rules requiring a member club to include full details of manager remuneration in its relevant contracts with its manager related to seasons 2009-10 to 2012-13 inclusive. The club's manager between December 2009 and May 2013 was current Italy boss Roberto Mancini. The second set of alleged breaches also refers to requirements for a club to include full details of player remuneration within the relevant contracts for the seasons 2010 to 11 to 2015-16 inclusive. The third section deals with alleged breaches of Premier League rules requiring clubs to comply with UEFA financial fair play regulations between 2013 to 14 to 2017-18. City were banned from UEFA competitions for 2 years by European football's governing body for alleged breaches of its FFP regulations in February 2020, but the sanction was overturned by the Court of Arbitration for Sport in July of the same year. The fourth set of alleged breaches relates to the Premier League's profitability and sustainability rules in seasons 2015 to 16 to 2017-18 inclusive. Finally, the club are alleged to have breached league rules requiring member clubs to cooperate with and assist the Premier League with its investigations from December 2018 to date. The Premier League statement concluded, the proceedings before the Commission will, in accordance with Premier League Rule W82, be confidential and heard in private. Under Premier League Rule W82.2, the Commission's final award will be published on the Premier League's website. This confirmation is made in accordance with Premier League Rule W82.1. The Premier League will be making no further comment in respect of this matter until further notice. Premier League statement and charges in full. In accordance with Premier League Rule W82.1, the Premier League confirms that it has today referred a number of alleged breaches of the Premier League rules by Manchester City Football Club to a commission under Premier League Rule W3.4. Details of the Premier League rules that the club is alleged to have breached are as follows. 1. In respect of each of seasons 2009-10 to 2017-18 inclusive, the Premier League rules applicable in those seasons that required provision by a member club to the Premier League in the utmost good faith of accurate financial information that gives a true and fair view of the club's financial position, in particular with respect to its revenue, including sponsorship revenue, its related parties, and its operating costs, namely. For season 2009-10, Premier League rules B13, C71, C72, C75 amended to C79 from September 10, 2009 for the remainder of season 2009-10 and C80. B for season 2010-11's Premier League rules B13, C78, C79, C86 and C87. C for season 2011-12's Premier League rules B13, E34, E11 and E12. D for season 2012-13's Premier League rules B16, E34, E11 and E12. E for season 2013-14's Premier League rules B15, E34, E11, E12 and E49. F for season 2014-15's Premier League rules B16, E34, E11, E12 and E50. G for season 2015-16's Premier League rules B16, E34, E11, E12 and E50. H for season 2016-17's Premier League rules B16, E34, E11, E12 and E51 and I for season 2017-18's Premier League rules B16, 3-4, E11, E12 and E51. 2. In respect of each of seasons 2009-10 to 2012-13 inclusive, the Premier League rules applicable in those seasons requiring a member club to include full details of manager remuneration in its relevant contracts with its manager, namely. 1 for seasons 2009-10 to 2011-12 inclusive, Premier League rules Q7 and Q8 and 2 for season 2012-13, Premier League rules P7 and P8 and B each of seasons 2010-11 to 2015-16 inclusive, the Premier League rules applicable in those seasons requiring a member club to include full details of player remuneration in its relevant contracts with its players, namely. 1 for seasons 2010-11 and 2011-12, Premier League rules K12 and K20. 2 for season 2012-13, Premier League rules T12 and T20. 3 for seasons 2013-14 and 2014-15, Premier League rules T12 and T19 and 4 for season 2015-16, Premier League rules T13 and T20. 3. In respect of each of seasons 2013-14 to 2017-18 inclusive, the Premier League rules applicable in those seasons requiring a member club to comply with UEFA's regulations, including UEFA's club licensing and financial fair play regulations, namely, for season 2013-14, Premier League Rule B14.6, and B for seasons 2014-15 to 2017-18 inclusive, Premier League Rule B15.6. 4. In respect of each of the seasons 2015-16 to 2017-18 inclusive, the Premier League rules applicable in those seasons on profitability and sustainability, namely, for season 2015-16, Premier League rules E52 to E60 and B for seasons 2016-17 and 2017-18, Premier League rules E53 to E60. 5. In respect of the period from December 2018 to date, the Premier League rules applicable in the relevant seasons requiring a member club to cooperate with and assist the Premier League in its investigations, including by providing documents and information to the Premier League in the utmost good faith, namely, for season 2018-19, Premier League rules B16, B19, W1, W2, W12 and W13. B for season 2019-20, Premier League rules B16, B19, W1, W2, W12 and W13. C for season 2020-21, Premier League rules B16, B19, W1, W2, W12 and W13. D for season 2021-22, Premier League rules B15, B18, W1, W2, W15 and W16 and E for season 2022-23, Premier League rules B15, B18, W1, W2, W15 and W16. Commissions are independent of the Premier League and member clubs. The members of the commission will be appointed by the independent chair of the Premier League Judicial Panel in accordance with Premier League rules W19, W20 and W26. The proceedings before the commission will, in accordance with Premier League Rule W82, be confidential and heard in private. Under Premier League Rule W82.2, the commission's final award will be published on the Premier League's website. This confirmation is made in accordance with Premier League Rule W82.1. The Premier League will be making no further comment in respect of this matter until further notice. What did you think of this information? Leave your opinion on the subject in the comments. Thank you for watching our Manchester City News channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like our content to always stay up to date with the latest news and information about City. Until the next video.